Peace, family. Peace. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a podcast that I was on called the Domino Effect Podcast. There were 3 women, 3 men on this podcast. Women that would probably call themselves modern day women. And we were discussing single motherhood in the black community. And some interesting things were said on this podcast. I don't know if all of you saw it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys listen to some of it. And I'm going to put my commentary to it. And you guys can kind of get my thought process that I was actually going through while I was on this podcast. So let's have a listen.
So you said that you would be happy to have a child out of wedlock, or
break that down. Both of you break that down. Actually,
just let me help me understand your thinking, because what I'm trying to get at this wider topic of feeding into the culture is that zero accountability means baby, which potentially means more problems in society. That's where the trail's leading to, innit?
Zero accountability.
So I just want to understand, like, us knowing the data and the statistics of what happens in single parent homes, why do you still think that, you know what, I can have a baby by myself and it's okay?
I don't know. I mean, this is like my personal view. It might not be.
Yeah,
no, go ahead.
I've always said, like, when I hit, we've had a discussion about biological clock before, right?
Yeah, we have.
I'm a single woman and I'm approaching 30. I've always said that I felt if once I hit 30 and I feel like I had that financial support that I could give to a child, I would be happy to.
See, this is one of the things that the manosphere and the Red Pill community talk about. They talk about hitting the wall. When women of this generation hit a certain age, after partying, I guess, and having a good time throughout their 20s, they get to their 30s and they start thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I'm not married, don't have any children, what am I going to do next? But it's very interesting what this woman says she was willing to do next. Listen.
At that point, I've raised children like my nieces, like as if I was a second parent. I had that experience. So for me, I feel like I'm more emotionally ready to do it on my own.
But sorry, I'll let you finish. Finish your
But
point before
obviously, it is difficult. I'm not saying I'm going to do it all on my own. Like I have like Didi said, you have a village.
Takes a village.
But I just feel like it's like sometimes it's kind of even less of a burden. Like I feel like men cause more burden.
What she means is father to the child causes more burden. So this for me is been a running theme throughout the past, let's say 30, 40 years. A lot of women of this generation seem to think that a father is an add-on to the mother and the child, as if the father isn't part and parcel of that whole union. So if we look at the statistics in the UK, according to Fathers for Justice, around 200 fathers each day are removed from their child due to the family court system. These types of attitudes from these types of women, in my point of view, that help to remove fathers from their children, because she says the father is somewhat of a burden. Now she's saying that she's willing to put herself in a position where she is a single mother, where she is the one that is solely raising the child by herself. And I'm trying to understand, why would a woman openly do that? What that says to me is you no longer have any kind of foundation in your mind about family structure. What has been pushed in these days and times is single motherhood is cool. Single mothers will tell you that it's not cool. It's a struggle. It's hard. They don't have anybody to lean on, anybody to rely on. Financially, it's not great. But this woman is actively saying that she will go out of her way to become a single mother, and the father is some kind of burden.
The main thing I got key driver, you said financial stability. To interject there, wouldn't a better solution, to be freezing eggs is expensive, but a child's even more expensive. Wouldn't it be a better solution be to freeze your eggs until you find a potential suitor who, rather than to have...
When you go into technicalities like that, even though the eggs are young, your womb isn't. So it might not even attach. That's technicality. So if anything, I would have to pay more money to get a surrogate.
So let me throw another caveat in there, actually. Because
sorry, I need to understand. When you say raise one on your own, do you mean like go to a
single
sperm
mother.
bank and get...
Yeah, well, preferably, yeah. I'm not going to just pick any guy and just do it and then that's it.
Well,
like,
Don't you think that's selfish, though?
selfish? In what sense?
In the sense that everybody knows, just generally, that a child comes from a father and a mother.
Yes.
But you're saying that you would happily raise a child without a father. Isn't that more for...
See, this is the point I'm trying to make. Women that actively want to become single mothers are not doing it for the child's benefit. They're doing it for their own benefit. They're doing it for their own selfishness, for their own selfish reasons. We just had something recently in the news that the rapper Drake, allegedly a woman that he slept with, attempted to get the condom out of the bin and attempted to impregnate herself with his sperm without his consent. Now, that to me is one of the most heinous, one of the most selfish, one of the most sinister things you can do as a woman to try and get a man who is obviously a multi-millionaire to try and be the father of your child. But it happens on a smaller level. As we can see here, there are women here who, or this woman here is actually saying that she wants to become a single mother by herself. But I'm sure if and when she does, if she does, she will be looking for money from this man, even though she's the one that decided to have this child by herself.
You have options, right? As a sperm donor, there's this, it's not like, oh, I want that sperm. You can like, kind of like, there's like this profile and all this and that. And you read this person and all of that. But for me, I would tell my son or my daughter, whoever it is, my child, you know, how they were conceived. If they chose to find their father, I wouldn't be against it.
But I think
but what I'm trying to say is, isn't that child for you?
I would say
it's not for the two. That's for you.
Definitely.
She just admitted it. She said, yeah, it's for her. It's not for the child. It's not for the father. It's for her. Children are not toys that you can just, you know, decide to have one day for yourself because you feel like having it. A child needs both parents. Another one of these ladies, actually, who spoke about having herself, or in her family, she had both her mother and her father, but now she's a single mother herself.
I've had both my parents. So to me, my son not having both his parents, that's not normal to me. But I understand that life is life. It can't always be the same. I would rather him have me and our family, the whole family, rather than an ain't shit dad. If you're watching this, you know you ain't shit.
An ain't shit dad. If you're watching this, you know you ain't shit. I don't know her life. I don't know what's gone on. But what I'm talking about is this readiness to disrespect fathers. This deadbeat dad narrative that is running around the community, which is running around this nation and the Western nations in general, where men are seen as ain't shit. Now, are there a lot of deadbeat men out there? Yeah. I would say personally, my father may have been one of them. You know, my father had a lot of children and then left the country and left a lot of his children. So I know there are ain't shit dads out there, but it's just the narrative. If you listen to the way in which she speaks, there is a disdain, and I'm wondering where that disdain comes from, because one of the things that are not spoken about in this society is misandry. Misandry is on the rise. The hatred towards men, the disdain for men is something that is not spoken about. What's spoken about is misogyny. What's spoken about is toxic masculinity. What's spoken about is the patriarchy. Misandry is on the rise, in my opinion, and a lot of the time you can find misandry in a lot of these single mothers. A lot of these single mothers tend to hate men, have disdain for men. This narrative is spouted, and it seems okay. It's okay to shit on men in this society, apparently, especially fathers. I myself am a father. The mother of my son is displaying some of these characteristics also. So what is the help out there for fathers?
Influencing him, and it's the fucking truth.
It's your truth.
I'm not talking that every baby mum should be talking like this, but if you know, then you know. He's nuts. And it's some influences. I know it's a hard...
And you're not?
No, I'm not saying I'm not.
The father of her child is nuts. I asked her, and you're not nuts. And she's like, well, I'm not saying I'm not nuts. Well, I'm not nuts in that way. And so this is the thing. When it comes to motherhood, we only get one side of the story. We never actually get two sides of the story. The father side is rarely even cared about. The only thing that's cared about is the way in which the mother sees everything, and the mother knows best, and the mother knows everything. We have no idea what's gone on in this relationship.
As you see, I raised my child, and I would never harm them Some people would
but
harm others
it's
and
indirect
are not.
harm, though, isn't it?
So,
Because
no, it's not indirect harm.
because I feel
This is
like
not what I'm talking about. That's not.
no, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like this
Correct.
is the, and I'll let you girls chime in after as well. But then there's also the element of accountability here as well. It's like you was going to ask your friends, would you have a kid out of wedlock? And you was like, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be your answer.
But how is
Why not? Why
how
not?
is accountability on us
Because
to
you
be
choose to
having
have
a
a kid.
child out of wedlock when this nigga busting me and got me pregnant? You want to fuck off, and now it's on me for accountability when
The
you want to fuck
consequences-
off.
Hang on.
As you can see, when I heard that, I had to say something because her whole attitude changed when this other man spoke about accountability. And when, for some reason, when we start speaking to women about accountability, they go off.
Hang on.
No.
Because it's a woman's choice to have the child,
No.
but,
Hang on. You said he
where's the
bust in
accounta-
you.
But you know,
Are
as you
you
said
not-
earlier, if you bust in someone, you know what's going to happen.
No, but hang on a
what
minute.
do you mean
Are
accountability?
you not head of
We
are
need
are
to
you not head of
speak about
security for your
things.
own vagina?
I'm allowed to have a child if someone busts
No, but
me.
but are you not head of security for
Of
your own
course.
vagina? Right. So you
I
can't
am.
say he never busting you. Like it wasn't. I'm guessing it wasn't.
I am
You
meant
can't
to,
just say,
but
"Oh, he
can't
busting
just
me."
put
You
it on
you
girls.
allowed
That's
him
not
to
what
do
we're talking
that.
about. That's not what we're talking about. But you can't just put it on girls to say, I got impregnated. Because who
takes two to
impregnated me? I
tango,
didn't
man.
impregnate myself.
But this is why the gate. Listen,
I did not.
All three of them have got involved now. The word accountability came in, and all three of them, they were quiet, meek, and mild before. You ask about accountability, that's it. That's the trigger word for them.
But this,
The full blame should not keep being put on women because they got pregnant
definitely not.
by niggas that are out here impregnating women.
but Didi,
No, I'm
when-
saying everyone's involved.
we're gonna
so
break
you-
this down. We're gonna break this down.
I'm not saying it's blaming on the man. I'm saying it's split. You are saying it's,
not.
blaming
But
on the women.
let me break it down why
Everyone knows
it's not
what
split.
happens
I'll break it down
when
why it's
you
not
get
split.
pregnant.
Can I break down why it's not split?
A man cannot even have sex
This-
with you
this
if
is-
you don't say yes.
This is my point. And
Yes,
for-
they can. It's called.
Previously, I said the R word, okay? And we said we're not talking about the R word, okay? Accountability, if you never got forced to have sex, then accountability. But all of a sudden, when she realizes that she's losing the argument, now she wants to bring the R word into it.
talking about consensual, we're talking about consensual sex, yeah? So if a man wants a child, if that woman does not consent, there is no way that can happen. Whereas if it's the other way around, the choice to have a child is always the woman's.
It's always
Right,
Like, it's just, if you get pregnant and you choose to abort, there's nothing that
It's
man
your
can do
body.
about it.
right.
Yeah,
at all.
but like I'm pretty sure there's stories where guys ejaculate inside women and they lie about it.
Yeah, but we're not talking about
They-
that's
Consensual.
This is so typical. When the argument is being made, when points are being made, these women start diverting. They start talking about things that probably make up 1% of children being born. She's talking about a man ejaculating inside a woman and the woman not knowing about it. How many times does that happen? How readily does that happen? How often does that happen? But what happens is when, say, 90% of the argument is being argued for and there's a 10%, these modern day women always jump to the 10%.
consensual
Yeah, but that
sex.
happens.
That's
It's
what I'm
consensual,
saying.
but still,
Yeah,
you
but
bust
that's-
inside and you lie. You're like, nah, I pulled
Yeah, that's
out.
right.
can't only talk
That- in the eyes of
consensual
law, that
sex
if you-
because consensual sex isn't the only sex that happens, so it can't just be secluded to consensual
but that's
sex.
what-
Can we
talking
just
about
say
now,
that
alright, cool.
about 1%, 2% of women that get pregnant is because of
But
there's a whole
how many
98%
women-
of women
But
that
how many
get
women
pregnant.
that get pregnant by keep their kids? They do because they feel a connection.
But
Yeah,
it's
but
such
what-
a
no, but-
small-
responsibility.
it's
no,
such
but
a
what I'm
small
trying to say-
number that
They
it's
feel the
irrelevant to the wider
responsibility.
conversation.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, I can't. That there's 3 women here. I'm not. The only way, if I was to have sex with any of you women here, is because you consented to it. You have.
So I got myself pregnant.
No, but
even
I'm
though
no.
you know
Listen,
that you're
I'm not
gonna
even
get
finished.
Let everyone
Man,
finish.
I'm not even landed yet.
landing and we're coming on the same
I'm not even
thing,
finished.
like-
No, because you are the head of security for your own vagina. So if you allow him in, you know there is a chance that he could come inside you. You know that,
And
right?
you know that
so,
you
but
could come
you allow
inside.
that to happen.
Yeah, but you allowed that to happen as well.
You know
I
that.
did not force your
it's
dick
your
inside
body, though.
Of course,
me.
but it's your body.
I didn't force your dick
So, but the thing is,
inside me.
do you know what's
Like-
interesting?
So you guys are
Do you know what I
happy
find
to
interesting?
ejaculate in women.
Sorry, what I'm trying to say is, you just said, why didn't he use a condom?
I don't condone men having children and not taking care of them. So women seem to use the term "my body, my choice" when they want to use it. So my body, my choice when I want to kill my child in the womb, but not my body, my choice when it's time for me to start taking accountability of who I let ejaculate inside me. It was your choice, it was your body, you allowed it to happen. While a man cannot ejaculate inside you without your consent or without you allowing him inside you, my point is, you know that man could potentially ejaculate inside you and you've allowed him. If you're having unprotected sex, you know that that could be the outcome. It's your body. Protect it.
It's on both sides. Stop trying to blame the women.
It's your body.
But it's your body. So did you
Yeah.
not know it as well? So
Yeah,
when
but hang
she
on a
gets
minute.
pregnant
But hang on a
and
minute.
has to have an abortion or has to keep it, you knew it too.
But hang on a minute.
Men know they're gonna get pregnant the same way.
Have you noticed? She won't let a man speak now. She's off. She's going off. She's not letting anybody speak now. She feels aggrieved. She feels triggered. She's emotional. Now she's in her feelings. All we're going to get is blah, 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 blah. Listen.
Wait a minute.
Men know they're going to get pregnant the same way women know they're going to get pregnant. Men know what they're doing when they get their dick up the same way women know what they're doing when they let someone put their dick in them. Everyone knows.
I'll tell you the difference.
Stop trying to blame girls.
I'll tell you the difference.
Because they're the ones that get pregnant.
I'll tell you the
Get
difference.
pregnant in your
I'll tell you the
balls.
difference. Men don't have to carry a
Right.
baby for 9 months. You do. So you've got more responsibility over your own body than I do.
That is not the message you should be pushing out here.
No, listen.
to
I'm
these young
talking about
kids. Do you know that?
practicality.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about
this isn't-
practicality.
That's what you give to your child in
I'm
secrecy.
talking about
This is not what you should be pushing
No,
out
I'm
there.
talking about. But this is the reality of
That
the
men
situation.
should be-
This is the reality of the situation. Your
Men-
body,
men are the ones that
your
need to be on
choice.
birth
Your
control.
body, your choice. We've been told this for the past
Men are the
50
ones
years.
that need to be on birth
Birth control benefits you, not us. It benefits you more than it benefits us, in fact.
Yeah, because you're the one that could
they
potentially
can
be
fuck
left
off,
with a
You have
baby.
to remember,
Exactly.
this is
that's my point.
the
Yeah.
That's our
confusing
point.
thing. Contraception has allowed women to project themselves in society.
I'm not
Without
advocating
contraception,
though
you
for
don't
men
get as far.
having sex
But
with
men
women
can
and
use
leaving the children,
contraception
by
as
the
well.
way.
Of course
That's not what I'm
That's what we're
advocating
saying. But
for.
what we're
It's
saying
all
that
about
responsibility.
I'm talking about what happens, the
Basically-
actual physical act.
What they're saying is, men can leave the situation. We have to take responsibility.
Right.
We cannot.
Yeah, but you both
But
got
men
yourself
acting
there.
men acting like it's our fault or us blaming us or acting like we're the reason.
But you control
Not about
access to
sex.
sex.
Whoa.
Do you see that? Do you see the disdain? Hand in the face. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, I'm actually going to end it there, but I'm going to end it with this. On both counts, both the women that we saw on here, I would advise men to stay away from these types of women. One, a woman who wants to have a child by herself and thinks she can do it all. Second, a woman with an attitude like this who's actually a single mother. Guys, stay clear of them. They're out there. There are millions of women like this. They may look good. They may smell good. They may have great bodies. But I'm telling you, if you get yourself involved with any woman like this, you will be paying for a lifetime.